Welcome back, everybody. I just made a video talking about the first image we got for the Walking Dead Season 9 mid-season premiere. Now, I believe that is the only in-episode look we have, but we just got some key art that shows off Alpha in her mask. This is the first official look at Alpha's mask, and I think it's incredible. So this is the first photo I want to talk about. It says February 10th. That's the date The Walking Dead is going to return. That's still quite a ways away from now. So it's pretty cool how they are releasing all these new photos and key art and stuff. Really cool how they're treating us with this new information. But they're saying this is Alpha. There's no need for speculation. This is how Alpha is going to look like with her mask. And I think this whole poster is really cool with the walkers in the background and Alpha right here in the middle. This is definitely a poster that I would be willing to hang up. But I want to talk about Alpha in the Season 9B trailer real quick. In the Season 9B trailer, we see Alpha walking up to the gates of the hilltop, and she doesn't have a mask on. It's obvious we can see her head. And then we see her right here where Daryl is walking up to the gates talking to Alpha. I think this scene is going to be really, really cool. But I don't think this is going to be the first time we see Alpha, because I was kind of worried it was, because I want the first time we see Alpha, I want to see her with the mask on, and then she takes off the mask. And I was hoping she would do that in the front of the hilltop, like they do in the comics. I mean, it could still happen, but just the way it was filmed here and she's walking up to the gates without her mask on, I don't think she's going to be wearing her mask, because I'm sure she's just going there to get Lydia and going back. You know, she doesn't want any business or anything. She's taking off her mask and just asking for her daughter. And then we have this whisper right here. Now, I've talked about this in previous videos, so I'm going to quickly go through it, but I'm pretty sure this is Alpha also based on what she's wearing. And she's looking at Alden and Luke. I mean, they could be editing it in a way that she's not looking at Alden and Luke, but I'm pretty sure she is, because the Whispers are going to need some prisoners, and Alpha being the leader, she's probably going to be the one to get the prisoners in order to trade with Lydia. Now, I don't know why Alden and Luke would be out here by themselves. I mean, they're two grown men, so I get it, but still, you should totally be careful, because it looks like these two are going to be the prisoners in order to trade with Lydia. But yeah, this looks pretty identical to the image we just got today, so I'm sure this is even some more confirmation that this is Alpha. And then we have this other artwork right here. Now, this is not the same walk. This is not Alpha, because we can tell the difference between the eyes. This Whisperer has some brown eyes. Alpha has light blue eyes. But I also don't think it's Beta. For a second, I was going to think it's going to be Beta, because it looks like they're doing a photo shoot or whatever with the main Whisperer. So I'd assume Beta is there. But Beta, his mask does not cover his whole face. In this Whisperer, obviously their whole face is masked. But here's a shot of Beta from the Season 9B trailer. And as you can see, they did it pretty identical with the comic book. So his whole face is not masked. And in this Whisperer, obviously their whole face is masked. So this is not Beta. I was hoping it was going to be Beta, but it is not. It probably is just a random Whisperer, because it's not Alpha. And it most likely is not Lydia. Unless Alpha has some secret that she can change her colors of her eyeballs, but most likely not. But anyways, I also want to talk about how these images kind of help us fans realize the difference between a walker and a whisperer. And I think the main three things you want to look at is the eyes, the mouth, and the hands. Because going back to this other photo of Alpha, we have the 3 walkers or 4 walkers up here or whatever. Why does this walker look like it's two-headed? Or is that just the smoke? I don't know. But anyways, looking at these walkers, these are definitely walkers, because look at how decayed they are. Look how decayed their teeth are. Their eyes look decayed. And then looking at Alpha, her eyes are actually pretty nice. And then her mouth looks clean, and the hands, I wouldn't say are clean, but they're not decayed. So that's a good difference between the walkers and the whisperers. And I think, you know, Greg Nicotero and the makeup and art crew, they did a great job, because these whispers look great. And then one last artwork I want to show you guys, this one right here. This is like a banner or something from for a Twitter or YouTube channel or whatever. I love this one right here, because we have a bunch of walkers around them, and then we have these 2 whispers right here. This is, I'm sure, again, Alpha, who is shushing us, or it could just be a different whisperer. And then this whisperer all the way in the back. Now this one looks creepy as hell. And then this one right here kind of makes me think it's a whisperer, but I don't know. But I know these 2 are for sure are whisperers. This one, this third one right here, maybe. But these 2 up front are definitely walkers. But yeah, these 2 are going to be whisperers. So I did love that artwork. It looks like they have like a little photo shoot with all the whisperers or something. again, I don't know why they didn't bring Beta. Maybe they did, but they just didn't release the photos of Beta yet. I was hoping this one would be Beta, but it's not. But this is definitely Alpha. They did confirm it, and I think Alpha looks great. And I also want to read some things that Angela King had to say to comicbook.com, so credits to them. And she said, "They're a scary group. In episode 908, we reveal that these are humans. They're not evolved walkers. We really start delving into and showing what the Whisperers' philosophy is when we get back into the new season, and they are unlike any group that we've encountered before. Just their philosophy to survival is very specific." Now, this gets me excited because I've actually talked about this in previous videos, that how I think the Whisperers are such a unique group that I want to learn more about their backstory. We didn't learn that much about them in the comics, about why they did it, so I really hope in this show they explore that, because think about it. This is definitely a very unique and creepy group, and like, there are other ways to survive, but instead they literally become walkers. That's kind of their philosophy. They think that they're one with nature or whatever, and they put these walkers, you know, like they go through the whole process of skinning walkers and putting them all over themselves and just being creepy. Like, that is very intriguing, and I want to learn more about that. So I'm happy that the show is going to explore that even further than the comic might have. And then moving on, I also want to talk about this thing she said about Alpha and Beta. She said, "I'm really excited about the cast we have. Samantha Morton and Ryan Hurst as Alpha and Beta. I just think they brought so much energy and intensity already to the process, like in such a great way. And I think we get to tell a bit of a story, and that is sort of a mystery. I think in many ways they're the most formidable group that we've come across because they have the power of zombies behind them. So that's something that I'm really excited for people to see." So I love how she brought that up, because that is very true. The Whisperers are a threat themselves, like we saw in episode 8. You know, they have knives and they can carry, you know, they can stab people without them realizing, or very quickly I should say. But also, they have the ability to move herds around and carry herds with them, because the herds think they're walkers. So they could essentially kind of navigate the herds in whatever direction they want to. So, you know, they could just bring all the herds, and they kind of mess around with this in the comics, and it's pretty scary. So I hope they do the same thing in the show. But they could essentially bring like a whole herd over to the hilltop or something and just fuck everything over. Like, they are a threat not to be messed with, and I really hope they do. I want them to make these Whisperers like the greatest villains ever, like 100 times more scarier than the Saviors. Because whenever the Saviors rolled up to you know, the gates or something, it was pretty terrifying still, I have to admit that. So I hope with the Whisperers it's going to be even more terrifying. And I think it is, because of how scary they look like in general. The Saviors didn't look that scary, but they were a threat. And something The Walking Dead is great at is casting. They always cast great actors to play, you know, big roles. Like Negan was great, you know, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Kari Payton was a great pick for King Ezekiel. Characters this season like Luke, Magna, Yumiko, Connie, and Kelly, I think everybody they picked does a pretty good job of not just, you know, portraying their character good, but also pretty identical to their comic counterpart. I think they do a great job with that. And Samantha Morton is an Academy nominee actress, and the fact that The Walking Dead brought in an Academy nominated actress in their 9th season to play a big villain role, I think that is very fortunate for them, because I think she's going to bring so much to the table, and I can't wait to see her in action. And then obviously Ryan Hurst as Beta, that is, I think, a great pick. A lot of people know Ryan Hurst from Sons of Anarchy. It's a great show. He was great in that. So when I found out they were gonna cast, you know, him, Opie, as Beta, I was so excited. And I think both these castings are great. And then when Angela Kang was asked, like, what did she think about the actual revealment of the Whisperer, she said, "I just feel like the answer was so much more strange and rewarding than I thought it would be." So that's really fun, I think, to delve into. I'm really excited for people who don't know the story to hopefully see the twist unfold. You got a point there too, because imagine being a Walking Dead fan that doesn't know what the Whisperers were. I mean, if you're on the internet and stuff, you most likely are going to know what the Whisperers are, but just not knowing what they are and you just watch The Walking Dead, those last 3 episodes were probably crazy as hell. You know, just hearing walkers whisper I mean, that's pretty cool to think about, you know. But anyways, I just quickly wanted to share these images with you guys in case you missed them, and then also dive into some things that Angela Kang said about the Whisperers. We still got about a little bit under 2 months to go until the mid-season premiere. But look, you know, today was a pretty good day for The Walking Dead because we got a bunch of new information. So hopefully we get more, you know, throughout the next couple of weeks. Hopefully maybe a trailer or something. But if you are a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to subscribe to be kept up to date with all things Walking Dead. And I catch you guys in the next one.